Yeah, obviously it's not what a win against Arkansas or Illinois, which we, really felt we needed or were capable of doing. We didn't do that, but it's definitely improvement from Florida A&M to Omaha to now. And, hopefully we're starting to understand how hard you have to play, the passion you have to play, the defense you have to play. We were pretty hard on them when we got back Wednesday and, got after them watching film, challenged them, their pride, and we showed them a lot. And, now we had off on Thanksgiving, ate together, and then came back and showed good things on Friday. So, it's even that with that where it's hard to practice. You don't have Davion and Selton. And we try to limit Nigel every practice a little bit. So, but they came out with a good mindset. You love 5 guys in double figures. I told the coaches Marquise probably deserves a start, but for our team, it's better for him to come off the bench. He gives us that dynamic, the scorer and playmaker off the bench. Plus, with the injuries, I did not want to. If we start him and now Mark has come in and Isher, so we get foul trouble. Now we put ourselves in a bind. And so but he gave us a nice boost. It was good to see Mike. I told him today, you're back in the starting lineup. Now keep it. It's up to you. And for him to be consistent is a key. 6 for 6, 2 for 2, 15 points, 5 assists, 3 steals. Mark Smith, I've challenged him. He focus on the right things. You're a man child. You're physical, unbelievable specimen, and go get rebounds. Be physical. Go get to the hoop. Make those type of plays, and he, a double. And then it was good. Casey stayed out of foul trouble, and his career high. It was good for him. Hopefully a little confidence, kind of challenge him to take another step. And then Nigel just gives you his good, consistent, production. And, I thought could even been more if we make our dang layups. I don't understand it. The one thing we did both Friday and Saturday, we shot a bunch of layups, and we got to find a way. We can't give up those easy points if we're going to beat really good teams. The paint touches is key for us. When we played Arkansas, we scored 67% of the time when we had a paint touch, and nowhere near that when we didn't. When we played Illinois, it was nearly 60% when we had a paint touch, and it's attacking, not settling. Now, it doesn't mean you're getting a layup. It doesn't mean you're getting a post move, but you get in the paint, you make defenses react. Now you get the better 3, you get the open shot, you might get to the free throw line, all those things. So 46 points in the paint is what we kind of were looking for.
Would you expect Davion and Selton to be back available?
Davion, he had the pneumonia in the strap, and he came back after those games, and he was not feeling right. And it's Thanksgiving weekend. We got our docs are great. We got him around a couple guys, but they just wouldn't want to take a chance. And Davion wanted to play, but we just felt like we better wait a little bit, get some more checkups, see how he's doing. And then Selton took a bad fall in the Arkansas game. And it's the same injury he had when he played for the Angolan national team. And, he was going to stay and play in African championships, but he couldn't get that hip, that groin to heal. So he ended up coming back. But, with the same spot, same thing, we did get him in Wednesday. They know what it is. I think that helped him understand. I would say, I hope he practices tomorrow so that we can play him a little bit on Wednesday.
And just how valuable is Casey when he avoids foul trouble?
Well, he's improved. There's no doubt. His athleticism better. He feels better about himself. He just, thing I've challenged him is learn the game. Coach, I've lost my athleticism. I've lost because of the knee surgery, but he's still a pretty good athlete. He is a physical, he's strong. He can do some things, but learn the game, see the game, learn the game, feel it. And he hasn't, if you think about it, if you look back, played a little bit as a freshman, didn't play at all as a sophomore at UTEP, came to us, and then he got hurt last year and in and out. So he's still a young guy, even though he's older in age, he's still a young guy as far as game experience.
Bruce, what can you say about what Marquise has brought to you guys so far?
I called him in yesterday and I just told him, I said, you could become our leader if you really want to. And I said, but you got to hold yourself accountable, which that allows you to hold everyone else. But if you're going to do undisciplined things and try to, make your own plays, you can't be a leader. And he brings explosion to us, dynamic. I've said all that stuff. And I know he can really shoot the basketball, and he, 2 for 4 from 3 finally, but he's also got to realize it. Don't have to make a play. Him and Mark Smith, and even Mike a little bit. Every time you touch, you don't have to make a play. Some defenses are good. Move the ball. Now you get another play. And so if we can get him to do that and be disciplined on defense, he brings a unique dynamic to the team. All his steals he was just in the right spot. Every time he gambled, it went against him. And that's what he's got to learn, and we'll watch. But he also helps Nigel, because now Nigel doesn't have to guard the point guard. We can run him off screens. We can, make different plays. So, he brings a lot to a table. He loves it. He's a really good young man. He really is. He's got a big heart, but, understanding basketball and winning basketball, he's got to figure that out a little bit.
Coach, now that you've kind of had some time to sit back and watch the film, what do you think the biggest takeaway was over the week in Kansas City?
Well, one, we played 2 really good teams. Arkansas, if you watch them before, they really struggled at starts of games. And then to their credit, they jumped on us and they just pressured us and said, you're going to take us to the hoop, try to make plays. And I guess, we probably weren't ready for that. So again, that, good strategy on their part. We did react and counter it. I thought especially as the half went on, second half, we attacked them. We went to the hoop. We did score, as I said, 67% when we got to but you still got to, it's just a lot of little plays that make a difference. The layups, the block out of free throws, again, it's 8 points, 3 possessions. If you change 4 possessions, 5 possessions on offense, 5 possessions on defense, now the game's totally different. And, the same thing with Illinois. We knew Big Fella was he's tough. He's really good. Take him in the lottery. I wish they would have last year, but, we can't let that other guy Plummer get, even though he came back at 30 to another night on Friday, but, you give them a couple of them, but after that, we got to get into them. And that's the passion. If you avoid that one run, because it was a game of runs, they went. And then, but that 12-2 run in the second half or whatever it was just too much to come back. And he was probably key in that thing. And I thought we panicked. Again, layups was a factor, but we also played a little helter-skelter and shot too many threes. And when it was still 8 or 10, just go get a layup, go get a pull-up jumper, put pressure on them. But we just kept, trying. When you watch it, Nigel's got a 2-on-1. He's got itch at the hoop. And I love Nigel, and I know he shoots 40-some% from 3, but get us the layup. It's some games they're not there. So you learn from it. You got to be better on both ends, a little more consistent. And think about it. We get almost nothing from Mike. We get nothing from 2 or 3 guys against Arkansas, and we're within 8 points. Selton, he was productive against Arkansas, but then he gets in foul trouble, gets hurt. We get nothing from him. Other guys, not much, and it's an 8-point game against. So now, start getting something from everybody. it's not going to be perfect like tonight. I don't expect Mike to shoot 1,000% the rest of the year, but you can be consistent and take good shots.
Then you mentioned after the game against Illinois on Tuesday about you had 3 assists on Tuesday, obviously a lot more today.
21, yes.
Pretty big point of emphasis in practice.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And I told this to radio, Maximus Edwards after the game. I said, what do you think, Max? And he goes, I said, no, you can tell me. What do you think? And he said, Coach, we play with each other, but we don't play for each other. And I made him tell the team, not once, he's told them 3 or 4 times since then. And this is a freshman beyond his age. And the coaches made sure, listen to this guy. I know he's a freshman, but listen to him. And I think that's 21 assists tonight. That's why Casey goes 6 for 7. Another pass instead of shooting it. Just keep, make that extra pass. Don't have to make a play every time. But some of it was Illinois. When you go back and watch how they play, because they almost like Arkansas almost dare you. They don't help and tag, and so can you go make a play? But I thought in transition we should have more assists, and that could have been a big difference. Now we only had 4 turnovers in that game too, so I guess we are making some progress on that.
Defensively, I think 25 points off turnovers. Was it 13 steals? How big is that also? How much does that help at the offensive end, just getting in that kind of
our coaches at halftime, they all we're talking, and we had a 3-4 minute period where that defense was as good as it's been all year, and as good as some of our other teams. We were flying around. That was my big emphasis, was play with a passion and play. Coach Southwell kept talking, be the first on the floor, be the first to take a charge, be the first to get offensive rebound. We had to set the tone. We let Illinois and Arkansas set the tone against us. And I thought we did a better job of setting the tone, and our defense got better. Obviously, when you bring Marquise in, that helps also. So, and even when they got open shots, because they got some open shots today, but you made them play at a frantic pace that it's hard to relax and make open shots, when it kind of like what Arkansas did to us. We had open shots against Arkansas, but we were in such a frantic pace that by the time we got those, we didn't have the relaxation that you need to be a good shooter.
And also defending the 3, I think they were 3 for 31. Did you guys do a better job? You felt close?
I hope so. Hands has been a big thing. Obviously, we're disappointed. I think after the game, we talked about Plummer for Illinois took 3 dribbles, but he made 7 threes. You got it. And maybe we didn't, you only have whatever it was, 20 hours, 18 hours turnaround. You don't have as much time, scouting report. But once, that's in the game, once that happens, and this dude made 2, hey, but we better get up on him. We better crowd him, make him make plays. And hopefully you'll learn that as it goes on in the season.
You've had a few games this season with Mike on the bench, and then tonight he was in the starting 5. Have you gotten a sense of what his role could be, best suited as, whether he's coming off the bench or starting?
I love tonight. And I told him, I told him this morning, I said, you got in the starting lineup now. Do you want to stay there the rest of the year? You decide. But it's not by making home run plays, hitting grand slams with no one on base. It's by being consistent. And those are really consistent numbers. The only thing, I didn't get a couple turnovers on some easy passes, maybe one of them, but make that. And you're a senior. You're a 5th-year senior. You played in big games, Big 12 championship. You played in Elite Sweet 16, Elite 8. You should have the poise and confidence. And that's the one thing I talked about. I showed a little video to them. My grandson's favorite it's Pete the Cat. And you can watch it. It's Pete the Cat loves his white shoes. And things don't always go right in life. And, when it happens bad, you can't sit there and cry. You got to come back. You got to come with a swagger. And that was my last thing I wrote on the board tonight, was play with a swagger. So hopefully we can play with a little more confidence.
And then real quick, Luke came out for a little bit. He was favoring his arm.
He hit his shoulder. At first I didn't know if it popped out or not, but he went back in. He said he was fine. So I don't know if he just jarred it then he'd scared him a little bit. Yeah, we'd be down to 7. That wouldn't be very good.